I'll just come right out and say it. This is my least favorite map in the entire game. I just think that the holes are horridly unfun. Every time it comes up I dread it immensely. Also Christian's still here. Alright, let's get this started. Hole 1. The wedge to get into the house is smaller than the others, which is just strange. The one before the hole is also tiny for no good reason. Otherwise, it's okay. Also the par's a bit too high. 4.8 out of 10. Hole 2. The first wedge is completely busted. I tried going 100 into it, and it would send me flying somewhere else. This makes it way harder to get a HEO, in an otherwise pretty good hole. Also the hole finish part is pretty high for some reason, so sometimes you can just roll over the hole and score. 6 out of 10. Hole 3. Why is there a random sub here? I almost always manage to overshoot the first part. The finish part problem is also here, so that's cool I guess. The bowls here are so shallow that they may as well not be here. 6 out of 10. Hole 4. The one random block in the middle of the track serves to deny HEOS and just looks out of place. I will admit that the path going through the tower is cool though. Also, the ramp has a rail that juts out into the track, which sticks out like a sore thumb. 6.5 out of 10. Hole 5. I think it would be a lot better if the spawn was on the black part you jump on instead of the tower thingy. The rest of the hole is honestly pretty cool though. The only real complaint I have is that the ramp's a bit too high, but that's more of a nitpick than anything. 6.9 out of 10. Hole 6. The lack of a ramp on the corner after the spinner is a bit weird, but understandable. The rest is alright. Sometimes the spinner freaks the hell out, but that might be a map editor problem or something. 5 out of 10. Hole 7. This hole, man. This hole fucking sucks, I hate it. First off, you are basically required to use weak strokes to get past the absurdly steep ramp, unless you want to go flying in a random direction. You probably can use it to skip the second ramp, but I don't care. Then, you have to carefully maneuver the path because of how damn thin it is. Now is the worst part. The trampoline. It's not like the one in hole 4, no, this one sends you in whatever direction it wants. The lack of invisible walls on this section makes it far too easy to veer off into the abyss. If that wasn't enough, the quote-unquote bowl is obscenely shallow, almost never letting you fully roll into the hole. I can't count how many times I've DNF'd on this because of the incredibly specific angle the trampoline desires. This has to be a 0 out of 10, because of the sheer hatred I have for it. Hole 8. This one isn't half bad. I like seeing Skullcord here too. 5.4 out of 10. Hole 9. The series of small ramps here are very annoying. It's way too hard to go up them because you can just go flying off if you go a bit too fast. At least the house is cool. Without the ramps, it'd be alright, but with them, it has to be a 2 out of 10. Hole 10. Ya can do a pretty cool HEO here if you can get the right angle. Other than that, it's alright. 5.5 out of 10. Hole 11. If you stop at the gray platform in front of you at spawn, you can shoot directly into the finish. That's pretty cool. 6.3 out of 10. Hole 12. Shoot straight and hope you got a good spawn. 5 out of 10. Hole 13. Token Pachinko hole. 4.5 out of 10. Hole 14. The arrow helps an incredible amount. Without it, I'd hate this, but with it, I'll say 5.4 out of 10. Hole 15. Gotta go slow because of the narrow parts in the towers. Then it's a guess and check game with the power to get into the hole. 4.5 out of 10. Hole 16. Why does the hospital have a half-finished roof? You gotta do a pretty precise shot to get past the ramps and such. Then another good angle to get into the hole. Pretty good honestly. 6 out of 10. Hole 17. Pretty standard hole, but the Roblox HQ does look cool. 5.7 out of 10. Hole 18. This is a really cool hole conceptually. Exploring the themes of all the other holes is a sick idea for a final hole. The result is an enormously long hole with an absurd PAR of 14. There's a bit of weird stuff, like how you can shoot through the window, and that this is one of the few holes that you can get a Phoenix on in Classic. Despite that, I think it's pretty fun. You have to shoot pretty carefully to avoid the abyss, and bouncing around everything feels really cool. I think I'll go for a 6.9 out of 10. This map looks really good, but I just can't get past some of the holes. Every time I play it, I'll be having fun, then get flashbanged by holes 7 and 9. I just can't get the bitter taste of paying them out of my mouth or mind. The other holes are a mix of below average and actually fun ones. I think I'll go for an archaic 2.5 out of 10, entirely because of how much those two holes weigh it down. Christian, on the other hand, gave an even lower 2 out of 10.